Hey, this is Gordon again, and welcome to day 9 of the Valhalla Project Homestead Marathon exercise. We thought, this would be a good time, since we're going through a challenge, to challenge you, the combat veteran. And you know yourself, from your military experience and your personal experience, that you can be aware of a problem, you can raise awareness, and still not do anything to the problem. For example, if the enemy has a position over here on the hill and you're getting ready to take that position, well, you're aware of it, and you can be aware of it all day, but until you take action and get up there and kick them off that hill, nothing's going to happen. So what we're saying is, now is a time for you to take action. So what we're going to do is challenge you with the Valhalla Project's Reconnect 3 challenge. What does that mean? That means what we want you to do. And what you need to do is find 3 of your buddies, 3 people from former units, from your experience in the military, particularly downrange, maybe that you haven't talked to in a long, long time, maybe not since you got out of the service, or if you're still in the service, since you moved. What we want you to do is, over the next several days, between now, a couple of days before Christmas, and New Year's at the latest, we want you to connect with 3 of these lost comrades of yours, people you haven't seen for a while. And it's got to be a phone call. Okay, none of this texting or internet or Facebooking or tweetering or social messaging, because they need to hear your voice, you need to hear their voice. What we're doing is asking you to stretch. We want you to stretch back in time and find these people that you've lost touch with, but that meant a lot to you at the time. And things happen, people move, you change venues, this kind of thing, and it's easy to lose touch. So it's going to take a little bit of effort, but we want you to get in touch with 3 people that you haven't seen or talked to in a long time and speak to them. It's going to be a big surprise for them, and it's going to really make them happy this time of the year. I can recall, and maybe you can too, having the phone ring out of the blue and you pick it up and here's somebody. In my case, it was Butch, who I'd been together with in Southeast Asia. I hadn't heard from him in years. And then all of a sudden, here's his voice at the other end of the line, and it really picked me up. And it made me think, well, maybe I ought to call some of these other people that I haven't talked to in a while either. And that's part of this exercise. In other words, you call these 3 people, and you say, hey, is it neat talking to you again? And they're going to say, it sure is. Then say, okay, well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the Valhalla Project Reconnect 3 challenge, and you call 3 people and have them call 3 people. If this happens, it's going to spread like wildfire, and it's going to bring a lot of joy. It's going to bring joy to you, but it's also going to bring joy to the people that you talk to. I can tell you on the downside, I had a great friend when I went through the Special Forces officer qualifying course back in '68 that I hadn't heard or seen from really since we graduated. But I thought about him all the time because we were, in that stressful position together, and we got to be real close. He had moved out to Boulder, and I had tried to look him up in the phone book, but there were several people that had his same name, and so I kind of got lazy, didn't make the connection. Months afterwards, when I had really not made the attempt, I got this phone call out of the blue from one of his friends saying that he had passed away from a massive heart attack. That has stayed with me for a long time, because the friend told me that Ted had wanted to call me but hadn't been able to connect or hadn't taken the time or effort. I just told you how I had done the same thing on the opposite end, and now it'll never happen. So here's a chance for you to make these kind of things happen, to get off your duff, to pick up that phone, to do the research you need to find where this person and that person and the third person is living, where their phone numbers are. Make that effort, make the connection, talk to them. That's important. They need to hear your voice. You need to hear theirs. You need to bring back that connection. Reconnect with 3, have them reconnect with 3, and continue to pass this on. I mean, we've all seen these challenges go around. Ice on your head, ribbons, you're wearing a pretty t-shirt, you're walking a couple of miles or jogging or something like that. Candidly, ask yourself, okay, that may look good on camera, it may feel good when you're doing it, but what's the end result as far as bringing a veteran back into the fold? You know, the answer really is none. It may make us feel good, but it's not doing doodly squat for them. This is going to do something not only for you, it's going to make you feel good, but it's going to make them feel even better. Oh, and Merry Christmas.